Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The message that she sent to me reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story, a hidden identity? So I have been dating this man, but this man is now very violent. And now what scares me the most is that whenever he is with me, sometimes he can even end up looking in the fridge, even underneath the bed, thinking that maybe there is a man that will be with me in the apartment that he is renting for me. He is gone crazy, like totally gone crazy. So what happened, Brother Nash, is that I met this man, and at that time when I met him, he was driving this very beautiful Range Rover. So I immediately fell in love with him, because all women, they are the same. They just want to date someone that has money. So I fell for him the moment that he told me that he wanted us to date. So we started dating, and when we started dating, that was when I found out that this guy is a womanizer. I was heartbroken because I just wanted him to be mine. Yes, I knew that he had a wife and I respected his wife, but I wanted to become his second wife. So when I was on YouTube, I then went on this other channel, which is my favorite channel. So they are always interviewing a lot of traditional healers that are from Zim. So whilst I was there, then on that day, they interviewed this other woman who is a traditional healer. I then took her number because they were displaying her numbers on the screen. So I took the numbers and I spoke with her on WhatsApp. She then charged me some money, which was a lot of money. I saved that money and then I returned back home to Zim. This I did in secret without the knowledge of my parents that I had returned to Zim. I went straight to Harare because that is where she is staying. When I arrived at her consultation room, she then told me that she wanted some items from me, but already I had sent her some pictures of this man that I am dating. When I arrived there, then we did a lot of rituals. Finally, she then took me to the river. When we went to the river, she said that she wanted the marine spirits to bless me. So she had some charms that she had. So when we were standing in the river, she told me to remove my underwear. So after I had removed my underwear, and then she took those charms and she started to rub those charms on my private parts, even inserting a finger that was full of charms inside my private parts. She then said that I want your boyfriend to feel that you are really sweet whenever he is inside you. I then returned back to South Africa. Then he came and he visited me. The moment that he made love to me, that was when I saw that this guy, he was now totally into me. He then told me that he was getting ready to dump all of his girlfriends. So he has this other girlfriend of his. She was pregnant. And then when he dumped that girlfriend of his, then she started crying and she said, right now I am pregnant. Since you have dumped me and you have refused to take care of me, please tell me, what am I supposed to do? So what scares me is that this guy, he has told me that he wants to murder that woman because he wants to impress me. And when I spoke with that woman about this, the traditional healer, she said that I am supposed to send her more money on top of the money that I sent her already, so that she can at least reduce the love potion. Please help me. I don't have any money to keep on sending to this woman. I feel as if she is blackmailing me. Please help me. What am I supposed to do? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister. Strange things, they do happen in this world. Then there is another message that was sent to me by our dear brother. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My own relatives, they hate me. Currently, I am stuck here in South Africa. I don't know where am I supposed to go to, because as for my mother's relatives, they don't like me anyway because of the things that my father did. And as for my father's relatives, they also do not like me. This is what happened when I was still very young. My father, he was feared by a lot of people in our village. So one night, my father, he came from wherever he was coming from. He was holding this other very big bag. So he just left that big bag in the bedroom and he came to the kitchen where my mother was busy preparing a meal. So my mother thought that my father, he had gone out in the forest to hunt and he had returned back with some meat. My mom then sent me to go and get the meat so that she can start preparing the meal for our father because she had cooked only vegetables. So I rushed to my parents' bedroom. When I opened that bag, at first I thought that maybe there was a baboon's head that was inside the bag because the bag, it was full of blood. Only after I had lifted that head, that was when I saw that this was a human head. And I kept on looking. I saw that there was some human body parts that were in there. I started screaming and screaming. So I started running because I was in shock. Then my father grabbed me and he beat me up. And the following morning, that was when my mom took me to her relatives. So I grew up staying with my mom's relatives. So after my parents had passed away, the problem that I am facing right now is that my mom's relatives, they do not want me because they say that I have the spirit of my father since he was a murderer, because this is what my father used to do. He would kill people and you will remove their body parts and you will sell their body parts to some traditional healer. He used to take these body parts even to Mozambique and Zambia, selling those human body parts to the traditional healers. And as for my father's relatives, I have tried to communicate with them, but they just blue tick me because they are afraid that I have the spirit of my father. So I don't know, what am I supposed to do? I do not have any relatives at all. I am just stuck. Oh, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear brother. Strange things, they do happen in this world. Then there is another message that was sent to me by our dear brother. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So I used to date this other woman, and after I had started dating her, I then dumped my wife because I was in love with my girlfriend. When I started staying with my girlfriend, then I saw that the things that I was doing, it was not okay, because I saw that my girlfriend, she loves to do a lot of, because I saw that my girlfriend, she is always around a lot of witch doctors. And I then chose to return back to my wife since she is a church-going woman. When I returned back to my wife, my girlfriend, she was really angry and she threatened me. So when I tried to make love to my wife, that was when I found out that I can't make love to my wife anymore because my manhood, because my manhood was refusing to go erect. But now the situation has gotten so bad. My manhood, it has since disappeared. I have spoken with my girlfriend and she has told me that I am supposed to go back to Zim so that I can marry her. Then we can have a discussion. And I think that she knows everything that she did to me. So I want your listeners to assist me. I am going through a lot because I do not know where my manhood is, and she is just happy that I am back home, but she does not know that my manhood has since disappeared. But what surprises me is that whenever I go to the toilet, when I feel that I want to urinate, when I go there, I'll just see that I have urinated. But how I would have urinated, I don't even know. But this is my story, my brother. I am looking for anyone who can assist me. If there is anyone who can assist me, I am willing to pay. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. That is the narration of the message that he sent to me. Indeed, strange things, they do happen in this world. Then there is another message that was sent to me by our dear brother. The message that was sent to me by our dear brother reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So I am working here in South Africa as a truck driver. I want to tell you what I did to this other guy that I was working with. He is also from Zim. So you know that as truck drivers, we are always making a lot of deals like selling fuel and doing some shady stuff. So my friend, I did not have any problem with him. I knew that he used to steal diesel and he would sell that diesel to his customers in even some loads. He used to steal some loads that he will be carrying on his truck, but I never informed the boss. So there is this other guy whom I am friends with, like we are really good friends. So I spoke with him. This was after this guy that I was working with stole my girlfriend. I really loved that woman. So I then spoke with this other friend of mine who is a policeman. So I then lied to this guy that I wanted him to get fired, that there was this other client who wanted a lot, so he was supposed to pretend that he had been hijacked. So I then gave him the phone numbers of my friend who pretended as if he was the buyer. He was then sent a location, and everything that he was telling this so-called buyer, all the information was being passed on to our boss. When he arrived at the place where he was supposed to meet the buyer, that was when he was arrested. I did this because I was angry at that time. Your dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our brother. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.